Luxury homes on wheels, wheels on wheels, barbecue pits on lawn tractors. Don't miss this episode of Lifestyles of the Rednecks and Lamest. Be part of the Redneck Luxury Pool Party. Come along for the ride as I, Robin Leach, take you on a fantastic tour of luxury homes, fortune and yachting through bayous and swamps, and redneck romance. Deep in the heart of Texas we join Mr. Fry. Direct from his high-rise villa in Bunk Tussle, Texas, we join this man who is valet to the original arbiter of all things funky, Pop Daddy, to the fabulous Pitmaster T, from high-tech mobile bag phones from Pop Daddy's stretch DeLorean. Here he is, assisted by his bevy of beauties, Mr. Fry.
All right, now sit down. Now, Pitmaster T is going to be with you in a moment, and he's going to show you how to make Beale Street Red and Wet 2.0. But first, a little message from our sponsor. We got to pay the bills, you know.
I'm just trapped here. You don't let me have any fun.
Pitmaster T was the genius of his generation. But with genius can come insanity.
I've told you this before. You're not pulling them in like you used to. Nobody understands your barbecue but yourself.
Pitmaster T, kicked out of the National Barbecue Forum.
You're not blind. Look around you. Ain't nobody digging you.
Banned 3 times from Barbecue Brethren.
Let me give you some good advice, Junior. Your barbecue makes sense to nobody but yourself.
Don't miss the most incredible and funky barbecue movie of its time.
That was sparked up what you did, man. Big Mister don't like it, and I don't like it either. I don't care. To show you that we're sympathetic to your problems, here's 2 tickets to tomorrow night's show. Don't forget to bring a girlfriend.
Pitmaster T, abandoned by his crew.
We give you a recipe. You say you're going to use it, but you never do.
Why should he do your recipes? He's been getting along fine without them. Next thing you know, you'll be wanting to use his propane fire starter.
Everyone shunned him.
You can really hurt me.
But within Pitmaster T is a deep sadness.
No, man. I don't run him down. I don't have to. That's the difference between you and me.
A sadness that drives.
You got a smoker?
Yeah, I got a smoker.
You gonna sell barbecue?
Maybe, I don't know.
Never use gas.
When you eat, yes, listen. Is the water warm enough? Yes, listen.
Don't miss the most incredible and funky barbecue movie ever made.
Yes, listen.
Hello, thank you for tuning in again to Half-Ass Barbecue Recipe Series. My name is the fabulous Pitmaster T. Let's play hardball. Today we're going to talk about sauce. Today I'm going to redo, although there's not many changes, my Beale Street Red and Wet. But I want to let you know most of the Beale Street Red and Wet is made out of sliced stone. That's what this is. Surely you've seen this at Walmart. You go to Walmart or Sam's, but if you go to Walmart to the bulk section, it's usually there where all the mayonnaise and stuff is. Usually at the end of the aisle, find one of these. This is the unit of measurement I'm going to do to be putting together. So from now on, I won't be talking about cups. I'll really be talking about parts. Okay? All right, so I don't know how many of you remember the last time I talked about sauce on the Hit Me Fred sauce and on the Purgatory sauce. I mentioned a steeping method. A lot of people tend to want to add their slurries first, which are their mustards or their tomato sauce or their ketchup, and then add back spices to that. And then it doesn't quite marry as quickly. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a steeping liquid with all our thin liquids, add the spices to them, put them on for a boil for a little bit so we get a good, nice broth. And then what we're going to do is add our slurry. So let's start with a pan. Get a pan with a thick bottom. All right, let's take our thin liquid ingredients. We are going to be using Billy Ocean. Billy Ocean, 4 parts of Billy Ocean, that's a lot. If you see me wash out the sly stone bucket out with a little Billy Ocean later on, don't freak out about it, okay? We're also going to be using 2 parts of Aretha Franklin. And let's see, 1/2 part Sir Duke, along with 1/2 part Chubby Checker juice. But we're also going to leave Chubby Checker's shoes on. Okay, now that about does it for our thin liquid ingredients. We do have one thing that is a little thin, well, it's thick really. And this right here is Jackie Wilson. It's a dark Jackie Wilson. We're going to add that at the very, very end when we're through with simmering the whole process because we don't want anything to burn. Okay, now we need to add our dry ingredients. I've already got the stove on, so I'm going to put this right on. We have these following parts that we'll combine into one part. 1/4 part of Larry Graham, 1/4 part of granulated Prince, and 1/2 part of Butt Glitter sprinkled rub. That'll make 1 part. So that's what I'm adding to this liquid. All right, so here we go. 1/4 part Larry Graham. That smells good. If you look here on the camera, you'll see me pour both of these in. These are not 2 parts. This is 1/2 part of Butt Glitter rub. That's going in. And the last thing is the 1/4 part of granulated Prince. Now we'll mix that up and put it on the stove. One last thing. When I want to cold stop the simmering process, I'll go ahead and turn off the burner. On this thing, it takes a little while. And I'm actually going to use a little bit of Little Richard and a little bit of James Brown to bring that temperature down. As a matter of fact, the quantities on this are 1/2 parts of each. So let's get this mixed up and boil it for the steep. So now all the spices are inside of there. You can see Chubby Checker's shoes. And the thin liquids are allowing for all that stuff to be broken down. We're also going to quickly break down the sugars once this gets to be a rolling boil. But we're not going to boil it for too long because we don't want the Aretha Franklin to be boiled out of it. Alright, as you can see, we got a boil. I'm going to move it off. Okay, I've moved it off. And I'm going to add 1/2 parts of James Brown and 1/2 parts of Little Richard. Give a chance for that to melt. We'll go ahead and stir that and let all those flavors marinate in there, including Chubby Checker's shoes. Okay, for those of you who saw me do this recipe the last time, Beale Street Red and Wett, you noticed that I simmered it. You also noticed that I also did a steep simmer with the spices. I'm finding that I really don't need the final simmer towards the end. And of course, there was a German translation of this exact recipe. The guy ended up calling it 6th Street Red and Wett after an Austin musical street. it's still my recipe. And he ends up boiling at the end and then scraping off all the froth. And that's not necessary. Actually, he called it skunk. Very unappetizing. Okay, what I'm going to do is I have already done all of my steeping. So I had now the 8 parts of sly stone. This is not the family stone, which is used in the Hit Me Fred sauce. This is sly stone. You can find this under $4. We're going to pour that in there. Get our spoon. Let that go in there. Sure does. Now I'm really going to make a mess. Okay. And a little secret ingredient I always add for good luck, a little bit of Hit Me Fred barbecue sauce. Okay, now what we've got here, I even got Chubby Checker shoes in there. What we've got here is a barbecue sauce that has been aged a day because of the steeping process. It's warm to the touch, it's not scalding. But that steeping of all the spices kind of forward to the process about a day. But you don't want to taste this and do any adjustments to the taste. You may want it sweeter, you may want more salt, more lemon, whatever it is you want to adjust to it. Wait 24 hours. For the first 24 hours, you need to close the hi-hat up, let this break down in a cold sweat for a boogie night, taste it, make any adjustments the next day. Hold it, I forgot something, didn't I? Time to add the Jack Wilson. Made this funky, we can close the hi-hat up, let it break down in a cold sweat for a boogie night. Don't try to adjust anything the first day. You can taste it, just don't adjust anything. If you want it sweeter, saltier, more lemon, more pepper, more spice, whatever it is you need, wait for a day. Wait for this to kind of get its elemental juices going. It hasn't revealed its personality. So let's put this away for a boogie night.
It's a meal fit for a king. Or a kaiser.
Oh, this is wonderful because I'm very hungry.
We got butter, deep fried crispy bacon. Got the soggy bacon, slightly cooked bacon strips, toast drenched in honey and bacon, grease and loving, and a slather with Duncan Hines icing. Oatmeal flakes sprinkled over a nice old bowl of hog jaws and lard. Biscuits and sausage gravy. Buttermilk maple flavored lard blenses. Link sausages. Sausage balls. Patted sausage. Now, don't you even think we wasted the leftover grease we rendered from the sausage and the bacon. This here is my specialty. You see, I gingerly unwrap the casing from them Jimmy Dean sausage tubes so I can pour in the renderings and set them in the freezer for a few minutes. Make this nice sausage and bacon grease sorbet. Look here, you can just squeeze the tube right in your mouth.
That'll be fine. I get the idea. Please pass the oatmeal sprinkles, please.
Here you go, little buddy. Don't eat too much of that oatmeal. Your colon will think it's a stick-up.
Mr. Fry.
Yes, Miss B.M.
Last night I noticed Pop Daddy said something odd. Perhaps you could clarify for me.
Shoot.
Well, he said to you